games are part of the same family. The games will work on
What's up,
both,
guys?
accessories work on
Welcome
both.
to the Killerfox Show,
box
another
capability is
new
incredible.
show that
It's
we've
gonna
been
have
doing
8
here at
CPU
Live
cores,
Gaming,
over
mixing it up a
320
bit.
gigabytes per second of memory
As a
bandwidth,
recording, we just
6
watched
teraflops
the
of GPU
Microsoft
power.
press conference for E3, and
It's a monster.
I figured I might as well make this a whole show. Did Xbox just win E3?
It's debatable. It's very debatable this year. You know, they obviously last year was hysterically bad, and the year before that, just they really haven't been doing anything
Like the only
noteworthy.
the only good thing out of last year's press conference was the backwards. I thought that was like
compatibility
whoa,
was
like,
that was something that people were asking for, and they delivered. They're like, here we go.
Nobody thought that they would do that, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit.
Out of nowhere, you know. And I will say they have that over PS4 because PS4 does not have, and they've said they're not going to do it with PS3 games, which is dumb, but still hope for that. But Microsoft, the thing that I'm taking away the most from this is they learned from their mistakes. They admitted to their mistakes, and they said, we're going to do better, and here's how. And that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, like right off the rip, they confirmed the leak. Xbox One Slim, or S, 40% smaller than the original Xbox One. Now, the pictures in this, I mean, it looks so freaking tiny.
Really nice.
Like,
Really nice.
it can stand up vertically now. Like,
Looks like
it
it
actually
has
has a new controller as well. I forgot to mention that. Like, it has like vertical grips on the back.
Yeah.
Bluetooth
I did see that.
now
I did
instead
see
of
that.
like whatever type of Wi-Fi they had, infrared or whatever.
Or right, yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, 40% smaller. It's
There's a
2
new Forza
terabyte hard
Horizon game,
drive.
Forza
built in,
Horizon
like,
3.
Finally,
set
like,
in
$2.99.
Australia.
I'm done with
My
this
goodness,
coming
was this
standard with
impressive.
500 gigs. You
How
have
is
no idea
Alana
how
not
much
here
like I
right
have
now?
to make room for
She's-
something new as well.
Yeah, like two
She may be
gigs
past
should
that.
be the
We might want to
standard.
check her pulse.
Like,
So,
honestly.
And it looks
in
like
my
it has
opinion, Forza
a
Horizon
much
2
better
is the
cooling
best racing
system.
game in
They have,
yeah.
like that
the last
whole
10 years.
half of the system is
I think
cooling.
it's approachable. It's
Although,
it's
you
just
know, we've
got,
never
it's
had
like a
problems with
72
overheating.
degree
I was gonna say, yeah.
summer
And what's
day
cool
in
now with this
Brazil.
one too, like,
And
you know how on the original
like
Xbox
that?
you
I
had
like
that big
that. I
ass
like that.
brick for the power
And
supply.
I got nothing but
That's
more
all
of the same
internal now
from
too.
that
It is,
Forza
it's
Horizon
So
3
you just plug it in.
demonstration. I mean,
What's
it's
weird,
showing it
though,
on
when they were showing the
PC, where
video,
it's gonna look like be running at 60 frames.
didn't have a connect
Xbox
port.
where it'll just be
You have
just
to buy a
smooth as
separate
butter, too,
dongle. So they pretty
just
much said that they're done with
the
Connect.
lighting here too. Again, like
That's
the
good.
shadows of the
So
trees,
it's
like I
like
said, they learned
they're
from their
trying to
mistakes.
like they're saying like, okay, you know, nobody
What's not
cares
to
about
like
Connect.
about it?
They're
If you
finally
Let's give you a
listening.
console
You can
that
say
you
that
They're
because
finally
you know
listening
it's
to
to play well and
people.
feel great.
Yes.
And so
And
in
Xbox
that
One at
context,
$299.
you know, you're not responding
Like,
to it like it's just a graphics
what
demo.
the
Because you
fuck?
know it's going to play
They
well.
basically-
Everybody
And that's
freaked
really
out
cool.
when they
So
saw
you
that
see
price.
all of that
I'm
awesome
I
sure.
did. I'm like,
stuff and
oh
all
shit,
of
I may
the
want to get
new
that.
They
gameplay,
freaked
social
out.
features,
They
you know that
freaked
it's gonna
out
be in that
like
context.
when
I mean, it's awesome.
they
It's a giant
announced
open
the
world
price of the
four-player
PS4
co-op.
at
Yeah.
the Sony press
Australia's such a
conference, like
strange,
because they were
diverse,
basically just
foreign planet
firing
of a
shots at
spider
Microsoft,
lands on your
like
windshield.
$3.99
It's such a cool
mic
no,
drop.
don't do that.
That's all they did was like,
But
well,
just look
bam,
right
okay.
here, like driving on the ocean.
But
like,
the-
all this looks awesome, and yeah, I'm not a huge racing fan, but I'm totally.
I
gonna
may-
pick this
like,
up.
I
It's
almost
great.
wanna
It's-
get-
It's a perfect.
If they
72
have
degree
just
summer
like
day, but
this is
it's
what I
been
said
moved
about
to
the
Bondi
Like
about
a trade-in
Neo.
program.
If they
That's
do,
Celsius,
if
whatever
GameStop
that is.
does a trade-in
72
deal with it,
Celsius
which I'm
wouldn't
sure
be
they
quite
will,
the
then I'm
pleasant
gonna
day
take
you're
advantage
looking
of it.
Because it's like
maybe on Venus.
I'd rather get a
They made it
smaller
point to
fucking
open up
Xbox.
show the
That thing's
atmosphere.
One that's
it's
gonna
a
run
blast.
faster.
And
Like,
then you got to see that.
I mean,
and how it will be implemented
okay,
within the
I'm pretty
gameplay,
sure the
and
specs
I
are
really
kind of
like
the
that.
same,
I
but
like
they
that
said
presentation.
like
Marco, you
even
hit
in
on
here,
something that,
like
I
it's
think
supposed to
a lot-
have
I
like
noticed a lot
better
on
like
Twitter as
4K
well, and that's
resolution.
You're not into racing games,
better,
but that looked
it
incredible,
doesn't
like
really
something
say
you
it
would
too
want to
much in
play. And
here,
I think that's
but
what
like
Horizon,
better
even more than
HDR, like
Motorsport, which is a great series
supposed to have
unto
better
itself, Forza
contracts and
Motorsport,
stuff like that.
that's
So
what
they
Horizon
clearly
brings
tweaked
to the
something
table.
in
It's
the
sort of-
hardware for the
It's
S.
very much. It's a lot
So
more
I'd rather have
welcoming,
the better
I think, than
version.
the hardcore track.
And just for the fact that
motorsport,
it's
Forza
smaller
Motorsport
and
race.
honestly the controller looks nice. I like the white.
I was gonna say I like it because I have a white
That is cool, too.
Xbox
You know,
One.
they've really gotten to the point
I
where
got
they've moved past
2
sort of
years
pure
ago
car
in
porn.
October. I got
it's
the
textured. I like
you know,
that.
the ghost.
It looks slick.
It looks really
of a
slick.
certain
I got the
Japanese game,
Sunset Overdrive bundle.
that
Oh, you
was
did?
It was
King
the
of the
first
Hill.
Okay.
Xbox
They
that
really
they
had
released
to
that was
work
white.
hard
Yeah, I
to
wanted
the
to get
point
that one
they're
so
at.
bad.
I was
And
really
now
happy I got. I
they kind of
pre-ordered
earned
it like
permission
4 or
to
5 months
drive,
before
you
it
know,
was
a
released.
Centenario on the beach.
I
to make
wanted
sure
to
I
get
had
that.
And the
one,
reality is
and
the thing would immediately
I'm
be
really
like,
glad
you
because
know,
the white is so
Lamborghini
sleek. It's
would
so
wreck-
funny
would just take
because
control.
There
the
would be
the original
choppers pulling
360
it out.
was
Yeah,
white,
Lamborghini logo,
and that
like
was
shooting
that
at
was
you.
that, and
4K
then
on
black came out,
PC
and people were like,
and,
oh, black's so
another
cool, and
one
now we're
that's
back
Play
on
Anywhere.
like white's
So
really cool.
another-
Right.
That's awesome.
Like-
Also, no green
But
cars
it does.
on
It looks
stage.
really
A lot
cool.
of
It
them
looks
are
really,
bad.
it looks really
I
fucking
really
cool.
do love my white Xbox.
I'm sold on it. Like
I am sold on
the
it.
thing is, we're gonna skip from like, okay, so this was in the beginning of the press conference. Then at the end, everybody thought it was over. You know, Phil Spencer was coming out. He's kind of talking, you know, recapping the whole show, and then he's like, one more thing. Not really one more thing, but it was like, well, one more thing. You know, we admitted like, you know, that it wasn't doing so hot, you know, stuff like that. Then they had this video where talking about the new console. And Project Scorpio is alive. It's... I don't know how to say it other than the fact I can't find it. It's one of these. Okay, guys, you're seeing everything that I'm about to talk about, so just be prepared.
We're not talking about Independence Day 2.
I will find it eventually.
It's
I just had it.
It's
oh my god.
It's what?
Okay, this
that
is
it?
it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, it psyched me out because it was down here.
We're not
playing
talking about Independence Day 2.
That's why I'm like, wait a minute, what is this one?
That movie looks cool. Anyway,
Project Scorpio is real. It's on track to be the baddest, most powerful like console.
they basically want to say, you build PCs, we built an Xbox.
Like they said, okay, yeah, we understand our console has sucked. You guys have made it a point with all your comparison videos, and fine. You know what? We're gonna build the best console that we can ever think of this generation.
It just goes to show the power of the internet.
Yeah.
Like the power of community.
It's
People
like-
coming together on Reddit and YouTube.
Like at one point in the video, they're like, "We heard you."
Like we heard you.
Like we heard
We're
you.
doing something. Leave us alone.
Like it's insane the way they were talking about this. Like, and then the fact is, it's not gonna be okay. You know, this is gonna come out, and games are only gonna be out on the Scorpio thing or the Xbox S.
It's just like the Neo.
Just like the Neo, what they've been saying, which I have an interesting theory about why the Neo is not going to be at E3. I'll say it here in a second. But it's all going to be universal. They're not going to abandon something. It's all in the Ecoverse because Xbox, well, Microsoft in general, is finally stepping up being like, you know what? We're breaking down barriers. We're going to try to have you play with as many people as you want to, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, to add to what I was about to say, I have a feeling the reason why we're not going to see Neo is because Sony finally was looking at all the specs and stuff for Scorpio and saw that they were coming dangerously close that it was going to kick its ass.
It was going to be better. Now they're probably
they're kind of like,
we're going to put these 2 or 3 things in the Neo now.
Yeah, I have a feeling they kind of had to bite their lip there and be like, okay, yeah, we didn't expect Microsoft to come full force. Because that's what's cool with this. Microsoft is finally going on the offensive instead of being all defensive now.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked about this press conference this year was the fact that Microsoft
they're firing
back. They weren't just being like, "Oh, we're fixing this or we're doing that." It was like, "Boom, this. Oh, hey, guess what? Better console."
For 2 years, Sony's been punching them into a corner, and now they're fighting back finally.
Like I have not seen this Microsoft since 360.
Oh,
and I was loving watching it because I'm like, I was reminded of when I was watching Microsoft for when 360 was out. Yeah. I'm like excited and I'm like, oh shit, like this looks cool.
Like halfway through the 360's life cycle, E3 was all about Xbox. People were just like, what do they have next?
And that's what you're gonna hear because it's like Microsoft just killed it with games. As you can see, when I was trying to find the news article for this, they fucking announced a lot.
You can see some of the stuff we're going to talk about.
Like, so let's just jump more into it here. They talked about Gears of War 4, cross-play, cross-buy. Xbox One and Xbox Windows 10. I was about to call it Xbox Windows. But Windows 10. Co-op, seamless. You can play it in co-op with Xbox One, Windows, vice versa. Mods player, horde mode, whatever.
Yeah.
No barriers, which is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know too many people that play it on the PC, but that's cool though. Now that you're gonna be
They're at
introduced with
least
more
giving
people,
everybody the option for a lot of games now.
like it's insane. Because I mean, the first game that did that was Quantum Break,
Mm-hmm.
and then that was just a single player. But now it's like, okay, all these other games that are gonna be multiplayer, it's cross play, cross buy, cross saves. So
Yeah.
you go on the Xbox, you got to go somewhere. If you have like a laptop that'll run it well, boom, there you go.
It made me wonder, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, they're not going to do it. They've said it before, and they've said it multiple times. They're not really going to do. I don't think Microsoft would ever do a handheld.
No, I mean, they have no point because
there's no point for them to do it because
they have all these laptops.
They have
and stuff
laptops
and like tablets.
They have tablets. They have the Surfaces. You can play Gears 4 on a Surface with your
I'm
friends
sure
on an
what they'll
Xbox.
end up doing eventually too. Well, actually, they already do that. Never mind the streaming. So
Yeah.
even if like your tablet can't run it well, say if you can't use your computer, your TV, you can stream it to your tablet and play with your controller.
Yeah.
And it's actually the service with it is actually really good. I've played it before. Then they announced Forza Horizon 3. This looks really cool.
I'm a car guy. I'm a huge car guy. I love racing games, and I love Horizon's one of my favorites. I loved the first one. Never played the second one. I'd like to get into it. So 3, I'm pretty happy about.
3 it looked really cool. They showed. I don't know. They showed a lot of just the more connectivity where Windows was playing with another Windows person that was playing with another Xbox person.
Yeah.
It was really
Obviously, it's probably gonna look beautiful.
it was really nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and this is like all obviously in-game footage.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks really cool. First, they didn't show that it was gonna be Forza, and everybody's like, "What is this?"
Then they showed a car.
Yeah, and then they showed a car, and I'm like, Forza.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Right?
Is that the Diablo or the Gallardo? I can't tell anymore. GTRs. I want one.
Like, it just...
Oh,
looks-
yes, they're going to do, like, freaking dune races and shit.
Yep.
Sand dune races.
Takes
rally
place
races,
in
rally
Australia.
car races. That's a really cool setting. I love the tropical setting. Jungle settings. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool to have a rally car and off-road and... Oh my god, supercar
Right?
races. Oh, that car is beautiful.
Like, and it was seamless, like, drop in and drop out talk.
Yes,
Like, the guy
that's
sent,
nice.
sent a message, boom, connected, no loading, just kind of seamless connected. We'll see how well that works during the real game, but... Really... I was wondering why my sound wasn't working.
Yeah, I was...
I was like, why is there no sound of this? But yeah,
excited.
right?
Excited.
Like, I mean, really, really cool. Then I'm gonna skip to this one. I mean, they confirmed We Happy Few. Now,
This is amazing to me. This is such a good original concept.
it reminded me of, like, when I saw it, it reminded me so much of BioShock.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the fact that it is original. It's like,
Very. And this was Kickstarter. This is a Kickstarter.
yeah, this
project,
started off as a Kickstart project for PC.
which is why I like both of us here. We really push the indie games because you see what happens with indie titles.
Like, I didn't expect this to have this when I first saw it. Because I did actually see this at E3, and I'm like, well, this is actually pretty cool, but I didn't know much of the story. I knew that, people were kind of crazy. That was about it.
Yeah.
And then, like, they fucking announced this, and I'm like, Jesus.
You know, it's cool. They also give you the choice. Like you can
Like, you
literally
can
see
take-
that you can see the entire game from 2 different perspectives.
Now I'm curious how this would have played out if you took the Joy.
Right.
What have you been up to? No one's seen you for hours.
Oh, nose to the grindstone, you know.
Then why haven't I heard a single whoosh through the door since 10 o'clock? Did you forget we're having Deirdre's birthday party?
Oh.
We've got a piñata.
Love the
Right.
voice acting,
Brilliant.
animation.
Of course.
The art style is really
Have you
cool.
forgotten your joy?
Of course not. Snug as a bug on a drug.
Well, come on then, finish up.
Just have a few more pages. I know you're very busy.
You know, and it's
Well,
it's
don't
like
take
a
too long to
it's like
finish.
they live in this
It's like
fabricated utopia.
I expect
totally
your
takes
conference room currently.
place in the
Don't
UK.
Yeah.
you?
They live in this,
Like-
the government has made them live in this fabricated world where they
Wasn't
basically
Prism
take these
supposed to be
drugs
coming back today?
to make them seem like
Oh, no, they're
everything
a
is
welcome back
fine.
card.
Everything's they take the pills called Joy and everything seems fine,
Do you
but
think the canister
as you can
wonders what
see when
life's
he
like
doesn't
outside
take the
tube?
pill, he sees the world for what it really
Of course,
is
you have
and
to
it's
break the cheek to
insane.
get out.
It's creepy.
Well,
It gives you
break it for
anxiety.
Really. Really, like you were saying before, really nice touch with the whole come back.
Drew.
Yeah.
But where did she go?
Like, I want to explore this world, like, so much.
You know, and it's going to make you want to explore and like really uncover the whole world for what it actually is when you're not taking the pill.
Yeah. But then it's like,
God, dude, look at
Like, it
that. It's
just-
so creepy, like the smiling man.
right? He says, "Go high."
Or like that guy was the man, you know.
Right.
Behind an old
Like
work.
maybe like
Like
a CIA
government, like,
official or
yeah.
government official or something, like, and take your pill. They're like forcing people to take it.
Like, and like, it looked like it was outside.
Yeah, like this
But then it was
game,
like a big ass TV. Like,
right, like
projection.
The game's gonna have a much deeper meaning. Like there's something
There
terrible
you
going
are.
on in the world,
You
and
nearly missed
the government doesn't
piñata.
want you to
It's
see
the
it,
most
so they have you
adorable
hopped up on
Spanish
Joy.
costume. Uncle Jack did a whole show about it. You smash it until all the candy comes out.
This was by far the
Come
creepiest
on,
part.
Hit it! Hit it!
Give it a
Hit
good
it.
whack.
Give it a whack.
Hit it!
All right, here
Hit
we
it.
go. And oh my god.
Bam.
And we're all carnivores. We're all sick people now. Just to let you know, that's actually
Wait.
You are off your joy.
Oh, I
Take
thought
one
they
of
said
mine.
birthday dead or something weird.
Oh.
I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Oh my
well,
lord.
what it
He's
oh
a
no,
Said
no.
happy birthday, dear whoever,
Deidre.
whatever her name is.
Deidre. But yeah, like everything that like the whole them eating the rat, that's what's really happening because when you're on the Joy, you're seeing the fabricated world
Like-
because that's what the drugs are doing.
This is so cool that it's like playing at like mental, like.
And I so
It's just, I mean, that was
So
such
cool.
a fucking cool trailer.
I can't wait to. Oh, July 26th, just to let you know. Like, the game's coming out in a month.
And that's what Microsoft did this press conference. They were just firing shots like, oh, guess what? This game's coming out in a few months. This game's coming out next month. This game's coming out, like within the year. Like, that's what was cool. Like, there was only a few games that were coming out next year
Yeah.
that they announced, which
But,
was insane.
But, yeah. Amazing original idea. I want this game to be. Honestly, what I'm kind of getting the vibe from this game is survival horror.
Yeah. Like, I played the.
But it's such a different take on survival horror because it's such a real depiction on like.
See, what was weird when I played it at E3, the little tech, like the demo that I had, like
Okay.
the really, really tech demo that I played, it was definitely survival horror, kind of like what's the game called? It's on PC. It's another survival one where you're running away from people.
Is it the one where one?
Like you're being
person-
hunted.
Yeah, was it that game where one person plays the slasher
No
monster or?
no.
Okay.
It's strictly single player.
Okay.
It's like a hunted game. I have it on Steam. I don't remember what it's called, but pretty much like you're trying to survive. But apparently there's a story mode that they didn't show at all. Clearly, that looks fucking sick. Because, like, yeah, you were going around, like, all these people were, like, weird, psycho. You had to kind of, like, blend in and pretend that you're happy, put on a mask and shit. Like, it was really, really strange. So I'm excited to see more about this. I really want to get this game so I can do some plays on it. Because that was definitely really cool.
Now, one thing I didn't catch, is it going to be a download title, or are they going to like release it in stores? Is it going to be like a $30, $40 title, or is it going to be $60?
So far that I know it's going to be a downloadable title.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's going to be on the Xbox game preview.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't know when the game fully comes out, if they're going to finally do a disc game.
Yeah, okay.
That I'm not really sure. Because I think right now you can still get the Kickstart one on PC, and I think it's like $30, maybe. I could be wrong. At least it was $30 before.
Yeah, you know, another thing that I want to say about it, I want the game to be difficult. I want it to be challenging, because when that last part you saw where he was getting the shit kicked out of him, I want it to be like you can't fight people hardly. So
yeah, no, it was more or less running and hiding.
Yeah. And I love that. That's real survival.
Then firing more shots on good fucking games. State of fucking Decay 2.
Loved the first game, wished it had co-op. So what did they do?
They had
4-player co-op. 4-player co-op. Finally.
I saw Trimble County, and I'm like, ooh, I bit my tongue. I'm like, yes. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not going to get my hopes up. And then what happened? Bam.
I just want to add that my Xbox has been collecting dust.
Yep.
I'm a PS4 guy.
Same here.
I'm going to be wiping the dust off my Xbox One.
I'm going to have to start playing some State of Decay again.
Yeah.
That's going to be my whole thing. I'm going to have to play some State of Decay again. Yeah, when I saw that symbol, I'm like, yes.
Yes. You know, I loved this game because this game, they brought out the concept of a zombie apocalypse game that I always wanted, where you find shelter, you build shelter,
and you're surviving.
You survive. You hunker down. You find resources. You find ways to survive.
Like you go and you scavenge.
It's not just killing and getting from point A to point B. It's scavenging. Whatever.
And it was terrifying anytime you went into a building and then like zombie swarm just came.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
You gotta reclaim buildings, and
it was like permadeath. Like your character would die.
Yeah, and I found it so odd that they couldn't put co-op in it. Like this game's so prime for co-op.
I wish that they would have, but I understood. I mean, it was an indie game. Like Undead Labs was a small team.
It had limitations.
Xbox One S starting at $290.
Just by the way, like Undead Labs, phenomenal. Like,
Yeah,
they're really cool. They ended up letting us get They ended up letting me get a review copy when it came out to Xbox One a long time ago. So I definitely respect them. They're really nice. They've been really quiet lately, so I had a feeling that they were going to finally come out and say something.
yeah.
Because they've been kind of teasing it lately too, saying like, "Oh, you know, we're going to have a couple surprises here pretty soon." Boom. And then with the Xbox S at $299. I want to almost get the Xbox S. Like, that's really fucking cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So, then on top of zombie games, Dead Rising 4.
Keeping with the zombie apocalypse.
Dead Rising 4 gets announced. Now, the weird thing about this, throughout the... Actually, I'm going to pause before I talk over it. The entire Xbox conference, they were saying... Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. Xbox One, Windows 10 exclusive. This one, however, just said, coming soon to Xbox One and Windows 10. No first, on Xbox One, Windows 10, no exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So makes me think that when Sony gives their press conference, they may talk about this game. Because they only showed the trailer. They didn't even talk about the game.
Yeah, and I mean...
And this is a big game to, like, not talk about.
Right, and you know, like, this is E3. They have to be extraordinarily professional, and they have to follow guidelines when they talk about anything. So it makes you wonder about things like that.
Because the biggest reason why I said this is a huge game for them not to talk about, Frank West is back. He's on Twitter.
I mean, why would he not be? He's a journalist.
It was so fucking cool. Like,
I love it. I love that Frank West is back.
Hashtag Frank is back. And then, okay, I'm going to try to pause this because I saw something interesting when I was watching it the first time. Okay, maybe it's not. I thought that was actually the Willamette Mall.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like, wait a minute.
Right?
I almost kind of freaked out there. But, okay, it may not be. But it looked like it could have been for a second. Like,
yeah.
Maybe they rebuilt. Like, because didn't they get blown up in the first one? I'm pretty sure it got blown up.
Yeah, like I thought they bombed the place.
I thought they did too. Okay.
He just really likes malls.
But, like, this game has to be huge. Because, like, see... Yeah.
Wilmette. It is.
Yep.
I thought they fucking nuked the place.
Now, the thing is... Okay, I knew that it took place in Willamette. Like, the actual city again. Maybe... After the place got nuked, they rebuilt.
They rebuilt, and they were like, well, maybe we can start rebuilding. I like the...
But it's going to be taking place in the city, too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the surrounding areas.
So cool. That's so cool. So cool.
This is so awesome. Like,
yeah, like, what the hell? That's so fucking cool.
that's next to.
What the hell? I love the time setting, Christmas time.
Right? Boom.
Nice. I love it.
Like, yeah, and holiday 2016.
This year.
I've got no words on that.
Oh, so cool.
I love Dead Rising, and I'm glad that Frank is back.
Frank is back.
And he's not the fat Frank that we know.
Yeah, he's not fat Frank.
Like,
he bulked up.
He bulked up. He got tired of being fat. Okay, we don't need that one. Okay. Yeah, and then they announced the Sea of Thieves.
Did not see this one.
The rare game.
Right.
I'm mixed about it
Still
because
not what I want from Rare.
the thing is, though, I'm really mixed about it. It could be good, but the fact is, it's gonna be like Evolve. Are we gonna ever find people to play co-op like this? Because the way you... Okay, yeah, this is actually how it does it. Like, they kind of like pretended to be like YouTube Let's Players.
You foul beast.
And like, you know, you're going on a ship, like there's like three different
more people can do the anchor thing.
three different crews that they follow, and they're doing shit, and having fun, having a blast, setting sails. And then when you're captaining the ship, you can't see, so people are like guiding you and shit. Like you can get drunk and whatnot. Like it's all freedom. Like it looks cool, and it's online. Like it looks like it could be
really
fun.
Cool.
Like it looks like it could be fun.
I love.
Like and then he falls off, and like you're just sitting there like, I don't think you're gonna make that.
I love the pirate setting. I love the fact that you can like build your pirate.
Like it looks like if you had a good fun pirate crew with friends, it could be cool.
At the water, Chad. Shut up.
I like my favorite.
Yeah, and then you see like, oh shit.
Go to the boat. Go to the boat.
Yeah, then you see, oh shit, there's a pirate ship coming at us.
Set the sail! You're leaving
So like
me
your team, like
behind!
your pirate crew has to work together.
Oh, they're right on top of us!
Really cool.
And then like yeah, your fucking ship.
Ship battles are really have just been such ever since Black Flag. Ship battles have been such a cool.
Now this is cool because they're like, oh shit, are we sinking? And like they have to go underneath and be like, oh shit, I gotta repair the holes.
Oh man!
Oh, dude, we're gonna drown. It's water down here. What do we do?
Like the ship started to sink.
I don't know. Bail, 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 bail. We're screwed.
Oh my
We sank up.
god!
Yeah. No.
There's a ship to the left, to the left.
Oh my god.
They're going down, yeah.
Like this game could be fun. Like
I
that's
think it looks cool. I think it looks pretty cool.
no, that's the thing. I think it looks cool, but I feel like with many videos that they show for gameplay reveals, that when it looks cool, it's not gonna always play like this. You're not gonna
Right.
always find
Limitations.
yeah, you're not gonna always find a group of people like that
All right, right.
that are gonna be like, oh okay, yeah, I'll spin the wheel so you can captain the ship.
Right.
I want to captain this ship. No, I'm not going to do anything then. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you steer into the wall and be stupid. Like,
That's the thing with these games. Like, developers always assume that there's millions of good people out there,
There's
and I
not.
just reiterate. I just want to reiterate Rainbow Six Siege when you don't play with friends, because you
can't play that game.
You can't play that game without friends. You can't play that game without a cohesive group working together.
yeah, you cannot play that game without friends. Like, it's near impossible.
You create enemies on your own team if you don't play with friends, because people will get pissed off at you, or vice versa.
But yeah, it looks cool though. Like, I'm not dogging it at all. Like, it looks fun.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Another thing that looks cool, and then speaking about how our love for indies are, Limbo.
Limbo was
Limbo
great. I loved
developers
Limbo.
Playdead announced Inside June 29th.
Yeah, like
This month.
way to go, Microsoft. Like, just
Everybody's been wondering when this game is going to come out, and they're like, oh, guess what? Yeah, this month. Boom.
they're pulling a Bethesda on this conference. They're like, we're done with this game.
Yeah,
We're done with this game.
Speaking of Bethesda, they talked about Elder Scrolls 6, 3 games out.
Now, let's speculate. We've been to let's go down the timeline here, and we'll start from the beginning. We've
they're
been
going to go back to Morrowind.
I don't know. So we've been in Arena. It was first game. We've been to
See, I don't know all the places.
we've been to Cyrodiil.
I love Cyrodiil.
or Morrowind. We've been to Cyrodiil, and now we've been to Skyrim. So that leaves us with Redguard, the Redguard area. I forget
Elder
what.
Scrolls Redguard.
I forget where. Which that was a canceled project from Bethesda. They were going to do an Elder Scrolls Redguard, but it was like this really weird, based on one character story mode game. It was weird. They canceled it. So we haven't experienced the Redguard territory, which I can't remember what it is. We haven't experienced Daggerfall yet.
I like the name of Daggerfall.
We haven't experienced Black Marsh yet, which is the Argonian territory. That would be really interesting to see a full-fledged Elder Scrolls take place in Black Marsh. I don't know how I feel about it, but it'd be cool. And then the Khajiit world, I forget, is a desert area. Or no, the Redguard is a desert area.
I was saying, yeah, I thought
It's like an
Redguard was
oasis.
desert. Yeah.
Redguard's kind of an oasis area. So I'm speculating it's going to be Daggerfall. I think it's going to be Daggerfall.
I think Daggerfall.
I also want to speculate what they can do with this game. Now that they've revealed, now that you've seen everything Elder Scrolls and Fallout 4 has become, this game isn't going to come out for probably another 4.5, 5 years, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they said that they're working on 3 other projects before this.
Can you imagine what they're going to be doing with this game? It's going to be the biggest gaming world we've probably ever experienced. It's probably going to be just as big, if not bigger, than The Witcher 3's map.
Just think, too, by the time this even gets talked about, we'll have the new, faster consoles, too.
Right, we'll have the better consoles, which is why they've announced the consoles. Now they're announcing, okay, there's the consoles.
then it's
We're
giving
working on
the-
another Elder Scrolls.
It's giving the developers like, hey, a heads up. You're gonna have a better console to work with here.
Right, and it's funny because BioWare, the CEO of BioWare, the president or somebody, was like, "We don't want this because then we're gonna have to fucking revamp."
See, and that's the
things
thing
we've
that
been
I'm
working
still
on."
scared about is the fact of just like how I complain about the older gens holding games down.
Right.
The older consoles of this generation is gonna hold games down now.
Yeah.
Because it's just it's the same pattern again. Because you're gonna be catering to all platforms, like with Xbox. You're gonna have this awesome, super fast Scorpio console, but then you're gonna have to scale games down to match the Xbox console.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have like Watch Dogs situations again.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, they're building this consoles, they're building these consoles, and with the people who are like, oh my god, like I have to go buy another console, people like Ubisoft are like, well, you complained about us basically completely downgrading Watch Dogs. If you want us to not do that, then we're gonna need these consoles.
Like,
if you want Watch Dogs 2 to look and feel like that, we're probably gonna need these
that's
consoles.
why I'm glad with Watch Dogs 2 it's not on the old consoles.
Yeah.
It's actually just on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
And once they started doing that, once they started announcing, hey, this game's gonna be current gen only, we're not worrying about 360 and PS3. Like
the games have gotten better.
Games have gotten better when they did that. Like they didn't put The Witcher 3 on
No,
360 and PS3.
no, they
did
could.
they?
They even said that they were not. It was not possible.
Right,
at all.
like they're like, we don't want to have to bog down our development.
God, could you even
like
imagine
they would have to
gameplay?
downgrade. It would suck. It would suck on 360 and PS3.
That game would not be able to run.
It would literally, like, combat would be like,
there would be nothing in the world. there would be nothing.
The pop in would be awful.
Oh my god,
that would be sick.
That would be so bad.
It would be so bad.
I just thought about that. Jesus.
Like, you might as well be developing the damn game for Super Nintendo. Actually, I'd like to see that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so games have definitely gotten better once they said we're not doing this for last gen. Which also, you know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't even want to touch base with it at all. But you know, it kind of pisses me off that they put Destiny on 360 and PS3 because.
But with the new DLC that's coming out,
with Rise of Iron, which looks cool, this
is gonna be the cutoff.
This is their cutoff, so it's gonna be really
you
cool.
You guys are cut off. Damn it! Buy the new console.
So, you know, I'm not knocking people who still have 360s and PS3s. Like, look, it's fucking money.
Yeah.
It's money I shouldn't have spent. I own both consoles. I can afford.
And I'm talking about getting the fucking new.
I know, like we're sitting here, like I have a shit day job. Like, I'm working on getting a second job, man.
I'm talking about getting the Xbox One.
Granted, like when I got my PS4 was half Christmas money. And then my Xbox, like, I pre-ordered it way ahead of time and made payments on it because I wanted it so bad.
I had a really good commission when I got my Xbox One. So I got that, and then I had another really good commission.
Well, so, like, I'm not knocking people who still have the last-gen consoles. Like, that's fine. But, you know, they need to, you know what? Speaking of that, I hope they do trade-in deals for people who still have 360s and PS3s. I hope they do trade-in deals for the new consoles. Like, hey, like,
be like, hey, this
we
is
want
the time.
you. Like, we want you to get to this generation. We want you to play our games. Like, you still have a 360? We'll give you $150, $200. That's pushing it. That's pushing it.
The new
maybe
Xbox One S is $200.
Like maybe if you trade in, like the latest model of the 360, they'll give you like $100 to $120
Somebody's
for
gonna come in with
it.
the original Xbox One. I mean Xbox 360 One.
Somebody brings in like
it's like on the verge of Red Ring.
They had the which this was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, remember they had the arcade edition 360? It was the 4 gig console. I'm like, you can't even have save files on that thing. This is
Wait,
for
was it 4
nobody.
gig? I thought it was like even
It
lower
was a
than that.
4 gig.
Okay, I thought it was
console.
lower than that.
Well, it might as well have been.
I thought it was like a gig.
It might as well have been. Like, I read about it, and they were like families with small children
It's like,
who
oh,
were
you do
getting
one
pissed
update.
off. Like,
you do one update. Boom, it's full.
they were like parents in their 30s with small children trying to play like these little family games. They're like, I can't even, like, my data's corrupt. I can't play Pac-Man with my son.
That was the dumbest console.
Such a stupid thing. Like,
That's why I got super excited with this Xbox One S.
yeah,
It's like it's cheaper than the console that's out now.
yeah.
With 2 gigs and 2 gigs,
2 terabytes.
2 terabytes.
Which that needs to come standard. I've been making every time. I swear to God, every time I get a new game, I have to delete
think,
something.
Yeah, that's why I think I mean, 1 terabyte is low enough. 2 should be standard. For
2 needs to be
games
standard.
nowadays where it's like almost 60 gigs.
And then, I'm sure in 3 years, 2 or 3 years, when the new consoles are out, they're going to have upgrade to a 5 terabyte because now we're making games bigger. They're going to have bigger file sizes. So now you're going to have like 80 gig games. Because I swear to God, I told you I downloaded ESO again, and
I was like, how big is that? Probably like 80 gigs.
the base
I knew it.
the base game is like 56 gigs.
And then all the updates.
And then I had to leave my PS4 on rest overnight because it had a 28 gig update file. Like,
Speaking of big games, Crackdown 3 gets delayed.
yeah, Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3. It's cool.
2017, they didn't show it at the E3 press conference, surprisingly. But like I was saying before, they were firing a lot of shots, and a lot of the shots were coming within the couple coming year. So this was I can understand that, but I was really expecting to see it. I was kind of sad.
I was too. I'm really like, I get it. You delayed it. I get it, but just show us.
I wish I would have saw something.
That's
Xbox Scorpio.
I loved Crackdown 1, and don't you even lie to me. You bought Crackdown 1 for the Halo
Crackdown
beta.
1 for the Halo beta.
You bought it for the
And
Halo
then
3
loved
beta.
it.
And then everybody ended up really liking Crackdown 1, but
Those damn orbs.
but Crackdown 2 I was disappointed with.
That's the thing. I liked it, but it was
It was Crackdown, but I hated, and I've discussed this before. I hated how the game went from a world being alive with human interaction to zombies.
Is Crackdown?
Because that's not what that game is.
Is Crackdown 1 backwards compatible?
I want to say yes.
'Cause I
also want to
almost
say
replay
no.
it.
I have no idea. I know I have. I know I can. Well, if you have it digitally, because I know it was free at one point on 360 towards the end of its lifespan.
Oh, was it?
If you've got it digitally, it'll show
It'll
up in
show-
your
okay,
it'll
then
show up
I
in your
haven't
game
seen it.
library. Okay. Because I know I downloaded it.
I
It'll
may have not downloaded it though.
It'll show up in your game library on Xbox One. But yeah, Crackdown 2, like that's not what Crackdown is. It's not a zombie apocalypse. I want to travel around a world that feels alive. I want to interact with citizens of a city, and it just wasn't. I'm not playing Dead Rising. I'm playing Crackdown. So
Exactly.
I'm glad they're going back to a real alive city. I hope there's more vehicles. I always loved. I've never seen a game do it. And not since then. I haven't seen a game do transforming vehicles. Like you can upgrade your vehicle and it
just
transforms as you speed up. That was really cool.
That was really cool.
I hope they still do that, but I hope they also add customization on top of that for your vehicle.
I just want more of the Crackdown on No Love.
Yeah. So Crackdown, I'm excited for. Halo Wars 2.
I've got no words on this.
I'm very excited. I was.
That was one of the other good announcements of last year.
Wasn't.
And the beta is live right now.
It is live right now. Go download it if you got an Xbox One. I liked Halo Wars, but I was very upset at the limitations you had. You
Yeah.
had this one little base to build at, and you were done.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really happy to see this game. I'm gonna have to go home and get this started.
Definitely gonna have to do like a recording or something of that.
Yeah.
Then they showed off some Scalebound, and it's coming to PC with the whole cross-buy, cross-play. Even though Spencer kind of said that it wasn't coming to PC at first.
Yeah.
But this is their whole new initiative where it's play anywhere.
This is the cross-platform that they're pushing.
It looks really good. They showed co-op. Didn't know that game was going to be co-op.
Let me put this in perspective for you. It's from Platinum Games. Bayonetta 2 was fucking awesome. Bayonetta 2 was such a good game. I was very impressed with Bayonetta 2, so this game's going to be really good. Platinum Games really does good
Platinum
games.
Games really does. Like it's really cool. Okay, I've already talked about that. Tekken 7. Now, this was a very interesting reveal trailer because at first it looked kind of like it was going to be Street Fighter X Tekken.
Right.
Showed a certain somebody, Akume, and then it was just Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out, thinking, "Oh man, they're finally gonna do it," and then it's like, "Oh no!"
I really enjoyed Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I still have it on 360. It's a good game. You know what else I really want to see? Because I talked about how I want to see Marvel vs. Capcom 4 again. I want to see God, what is it? Totally just
blanked it.
I totally just blanked. Another fighting game that I want to see a sequel to.
Marvel?
No.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't even remember. Oh, Soul Calibur. I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to see like what the hell happened with Soul Calibur, and it's unfortunate because the games got worse and worse and worse. But I still love Soul Calibur.
I love the customizing, like.
Yeah, I was so happy to see Soul Calibur 2 get a remaster on 360. I want to see that get backwards compatibility.
Yes.
Whoa, is it? I thought they.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go. I
don't know.
I'm
gonna have to check on Xbox again.
Really get into some stuff, but yeah, I want to see a revitalization of Soul Calibur.
But they're really improving on a lot of things. So.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, they're having backwards background music now.
Finally.
Cortana's finally going to be there, even though they announced that a while ago. I'm just saying. Then they announced cool little features. They're going to have clubs, which is kind of like communities. I'm sure Xbox would do it a little bit better than the PlayStation community did. Like I feel like
they amped up when they announced like Drive Club. They really amped up how cool it was going to be in like a Drive Club and like schedule race tournaments and everything, which they have there. It's just not pushed as much as I feel like this is going to be pushed.
Yeah, the one cooler thing too is the whole looking for a group thing now. So it's like you're gonna take games like Destiny where raids and shit. I feel like that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, because I mean, I swear, like when I was really into Destiny, me and my friends, when we weren't all together and we wanted 6 people, we would literally take to Reddit, and there was a raid group. It was like, I forget what the subreddit's called, but it's like our Find a Group or Destiny grouping or something like that, where you could just go and be like, I need people for a raid, and people would just comment and be like, I'm coming, and it was really cool.
So, I mean, that's really cool. And then, obviously on top of that, their whole cross-buy, cross-play. Then one of the interesting things that they announced that I know you're excited for. Gwent. The Witcher card game has been announced.
It's funny, because I really like Gwent, but I swear to you, I suck at it. I don't understand how to get good cards in Gwent in The Witcher 3. Like, I can't win in the first place to get the cards to win. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
really interesting. Yeah, there's gonna be a campaign, card game campaigns. But anyway, and then cross-platform multiplayer, redesign on improving visuals, like the deck and stuff. It looks a lot more crisp and everything. Really cool. One of the last cooler features was the fact of cross-play across all platforms for Minecraft.
So that's going to be cool. So, I'm going to have, like, my roommate's going to be on his Xbox playing Minecraft with somebody else on another Xbox, and I can be in my room just like, I'll play with you guys. You know, so
you don't have to just have a console. Like, that's what's really cool. And then even somebody playing on their VR can just be in the same game and then just be like, cool. Like, that's really huge. It's interesting that PlayStation isn't on it, because I'm wondering if Sony's just now not allowing it, because Microsoft's already said that it's able to.
I think we've gotten to a point.
Well, now it's on Sony. It's actually on Sony now.
Right. I feel like we've gotten to a point where Microsoft is like, "Hey, Sony, you want to?" And Sony's like, "No, like they're being
like,
so
no,
stubborn about everything."
We had the open network before you guys.
I think they're getting a little.
They're getting a little butthurt.
I don't know. I don't want to say they're getting a little butthurt, but
I feel like they are a little.
They might be a little bit.
Like,
it's either that or they're probably just like they're fine with it.
And that's the thing. I'm a big Sony guy, but this is really weird that, you know, they've said it multiple times that, hey, guess what? We've opened up Xbox Live to, you know, be able to play with any network.
Yeah.
Clearly, any network. You can play phones against Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Why not PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be huge. Like, okay, I can understand you guys have your console feud, right? But that shouldn't matter being able to play with each other. Yeah. That's not going to hurt anything.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, that's going to actually open it up to have your community more engaging. Just imagine the Xbox versus PlayStation wars on certain games.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're playing on the Xbox? I'm going to kick your ass.
Like, they're literally going to have, like, Team PS4 and Team Xbox, but I feel like at the same time, if they did that, it would build a more cohesive community. It would build a bigger, better, more cohesive community.
It'd be like, you know, you talk about this whole for the gamers thing, right? Well, Xbox has pushed it in Sony's court. Sony, it's your ball. What are you going to do?
I await the Sony press conference.
That's what I'm.
You know, like we're talking about the Microsoft press conference today, but I still I swear to you, for the past 3 years, Sony has just been
killing it,
absolutely destroying.
But that's the thing.
Press
I don't see how they're gonna beat Microsoft this year, unless they come out and say, Guess what? PS3, Xbox, PS3, PS2, PS1 games all backwards compatible. Guess what? Last of Us 2 coming out next year.
Honestly, for the past 3 years, they've been doing so damn good at their press conferences. Microsoft did this good, and I'm giving them props. I'm giving them so many props.
One of their best conferences in years. I'll say that.
Yeah. Ever since honestly, since the press conference before and the press conference, every single press conference after, up to this one, has just been terrible. I feel like the Xbox One went the way of the PS3, but now they're
But now they're kind of coming back.
They're like, look, we made mistakes. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
But really good though. Overall, really good conference. I'm waiting Sony's though.
So, but yeah, I await Sony's press conference.
But, man, it really good.
Well, we know Sony's going to show off Rise of Iron because Bungie always, you know, they favor PS4 for everything. So, I'm actually really excited to see it.
Interesting. So,
you know, just because I'm not playing Destiny doesn't mean I'm still into it.
That has been it for the Killerfox show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe below.
Subscribe.
And until next time,
comment.
You guys have a great one.
See you later.
Okay. Because I kind of forgot.
That's right. It started like half an hour ago.
That's what I'm...
Oh, damn it! South Park now. Dang it! Darn it! Dang it! They're showing off South Park.
Did we just miss the whole thing?
Oh shit! South Park.
Crap! I gotta make it. I gotta make it higher.